welcome again. We're delighted that so many of you have been able to take the time from your very busy schedules to join us in what I think in a sense is a time to celebrate both what binds us together and what makes us independent, which I guess from a literary perspective is a very glorious contradiction, but it's kind of who we are. Although the school year is relatively young, I know that many of you have already had to cope with some very difficult challenges this fall. Some were anticipated and some were totally unexpected. Some are now resolved and some are still in the process. In all cases, I do hope that your time here with this community of friends will offer you some encouragement and some support and some insight. As I reflect on my year since we were last together, one of the great joys for me has been the opportunity to be in many of your schools. At this point, I think it's about 132, so I'm working in your direction if I haven't been there yet. Some of those experiences that I had were very endearing, like the leg hugs that you get from kindergartners. One of my experiences was very disconcerting when a second grader on the playground pointed to me and asked the head of school, "Is he Donald Trump?" You can't make this stuff up. But most of the experiences were very instructive. And as a result, I have come to an even deeper appreciation or respect for the quality of administrators in our schools and for your capacity to move your schools forward. I've learned so much about the range of your markets and the programs and about the challenges and opportunities that you face daily. I have appreciated the sense of community that you create and the emphasis that you place on the individual. And my visits have also given me a keener awareness in two key areas. One, the important role that mission continues to play, and two, the complex skill set required to manage our schools. First, mission. As you can imagine, I have had the chance to read a lot of mission statements and to hear a lot of conversation about mission. We say we are mission-driven, vision-driven. We say that mission defines who we are. We point to our mission statement in discussing our value added. It is a catchphrase, but one that is used so often and sometimes in such a general way that it can easily become stale. That is unfortunate because your mission does define your uniqueness or at least your distinctiveness. I have had the pleasure this past year to visit numerous schools who keep their mission fresh by consciously infusing it in everything that they do. For example, I have talked with teachers who explain what they are trying to do in their classroom using the terms of the school's mission. I have heard coaches describe what they are trying to accomplish with their players using the terms of the school mission. I have listened to students explain a classroom exercise by reference to the school's mission, and it felt natural and very compelling. And I am confident that level of understanding did not just happen. It took time and thought and community-wide conversation, but the impact was very impressive. As we look toward the future of independent schools and toward the host of alternative educational paths that may develop, public, private, hybrid, virtual, etc., I cannot help but believe that maintaining a high degree of mission clarity and focus will serve all independent schools well. Intentionality is a very, very powerful force. 2, leadership. 30 years ago, when I became head of school for the first time, the list of leadership skills required was short and simplistic by today's standard. The world of education has changed dramatically, and the expectations for schools have escalated. Even a cursory glance at our conference program reveals the complexity of these demands. Based on conference sessions alone, today's administrators are expected to set technology strategy, institutionalize innovation, develop marketing plans, address social media concerns, engage in leadership development for self and others, establish policies for responding to issues involving sexual orientation and gender identity, ensure that procedures are in place and understood for dealing with reports of sexual harassment and sexual abuse, focus on the psychological health of students along with their emotional and physical safety, create models for financial sustainability in increasingly competitive markets with rising costs, anticipate the changing expectations of a new generation of parents, promote diversity, generate and model a culture of respect and dignity, and craft crisis management plans, just to mention a few. And it's not a stagnant list either. With each new skill that you acquire, another required skill appears on the horizon. But the point, I think, as we review the program topics, is not to be sobered by that long list of issues that are being discussed. I think rather the point is to be optimistic that there are so many individuals who are working toward finding solutions and are willing to share what they have learned. For me, this conference is a metaphor for what all independent schools emphasize: lifelong learning. What all of our students and our faculties will need, as Faulkner said, not merely to endure, but to prevail. We are here to share ideas and to learn from each other, and SAIS is committed to providing forums for you to do just that. In addition to this conference, the listservs, the webinars, the Twitter chats, and workshops are intended to help you find solutions and to connect with those who are working on answers. So today, in conclusion, I salute the question askers and the answer finders, and I want to thank all of you for being part of an amazing cohort. Thank you.